Okay, my dearest, welcome to your didactic class. How do you feel? Good, right? So tired? Anxious? Nervous? Boring? Hungry? Yes, teacher.
Nice.
Excited. Okay, nice. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's continue, right, with the didactic. My goodness. So we had to switch. We have to switch. Let's see. Let's see. It's really hard to be an English teacher. I think it's really hard to be ready with the next. Let's continue. Hey, I got your result. No, you're not your result. I got your chart. I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna compare because I really like to check all your work. Okay, not your. Okay, could you please send to me? And I'm gonna know. I really like to read. What do you think about the topic? What do you got it? Ok, pero solamente creo que pude descargar 3. I just download just three files. Okay, I cannot remember. I think this is Mauricio's. I think is yours, Mauri? Yes, right? Is Mauri joining the class? Oh yes, Mauri, this is yours, right? Well, it doesn't matter. So I just download 3 files. If you remember yesterday, at the end of the class, we did this chart. We were comparing the grammar translation method and the direct method. Pila, señores, pero cuando termine de compartir las 3 slides, I'm gonna ask you to all of you in a single, what do you got about the topic? So, look at it. This is the first one. According to your partner, grammar translation is characteristic, use of isolated word list, use of grammar to develop content, and the class is mainly in mother tongue. Yes, it is. It's mainly in mother tongue because remember, our first school is our house. The direct method. What's the difference between the grammar translation method according to the direct method? Number 1, a teacher with a high competence, usually a native speaker, use association or improvement of pronunciation and better fluency at speaking. The key doesn't focus on translate. Let's continue. This is the second. I cannot remember. I cannot remember if it's Irene's or Jackie's. Write 3 characteristics about each one. Me encanta cuando trabajan así ordenado. Okay, the grammar translation
It was
method.
mine.
Is yours?
Yeah.
Thank you, Irene. Okay. The grammar translation method and the direct method. I'm so sorry. I'm apologize because I didn't have enough time to download all the files, okay? I'm apologize. But I check it all, okay? I check it all. So, the grammar translation method. Students use... permítame, estoy grabando la clase, señores. Ah, yes, okay, thank you. So, students use their mother tongue. It is focused in teacher. It is focuses on learning grammar rules. What's the difference with the direct method? The direct method is translations is not allowed, demonstration is used, and it teaches to communicate in the target language. And the last one is the grammar translation method. I cannot remember who's the owner of this, but I like it. The grammar translation method. You can use the mother tongue in classes to explain. The grammar is the base of this method, and most of the time the classes are not participatory or an active class. Let's see. The direct method, a technique used is demonstration through flashcards. Yes, it is. All the time is used a target language, okay, and the classes are active and the students participate. This is the direct. So look at the last one. The grammar translation and the direct method. The grammar translation emphasizes accuracy, focuses on reading and writing. Classes are taught in the mother tongue. The direct method is teaching using visual materials. This method develops listening, speaking, and writing, and improves fluency of speech. That's the topics that we were discussing yesterday, the grammar translation and the direct method. Okay, let me see. I don't have enough time to ask to all of you in a single way because I need to move on. Let's continue. The audiolingual method. When you hear about it, what comes to your mind? The audiolingual. Anita, when your catedrática said the audiolingual method is a technique too. So what comes to your mind?
Uh, the teacher used like different sources to develop the listening in the
Oh,
students.
okay. Choose a student, please. Choose a victim, Anita. Thank you. Excuse me? Okay. Yes, please. I think you got some problem with your audios. Anita, tenemos que ver cómo arreglamos eso, hija. Ok, ok, porque pilas ahí, ok. Jackie, ok, thank you. Jackie, when I say the audiolingual method, what comes to your mind? Oops, Jackie, my goodness, Jackie has some problem with the internet. Okay, with the internet. Okay. Irene, please, I don't have enough time. I need to continue. Okay, the audiolingual method, what comes to your mind? Thank you.
Um, maybe it focuses in the ability to communicate to each other.
All the method, it's about to communicate. All the method is about to communicate, not just the audiolingual, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Ellie, what about you? What comes to your mind, the audiolingual?
Um, I think that it could be when the teacher implements the repetition to their
Okay.
students.
Okay, good. I like it. Let me see. The audiolingual method. Okay, I got a video before to start with the class, before to start with this method. I got a video related with the audiolingual method. Please, you must pay attention to the video. Okay, this is a very common and easy way to use the audiolingual method, and I'm sure I used it before. The teacher is the person in charge who got the role to teach, obviously. And the students are the imitators. But why? When you said, and this is very common, when you said, repeat after me, this is audiolingual method. Based on that. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Apple, apple. Book, book. House, house. This is audiolingual method. It's not just to listen an audio, no way. No sé quién por ahí que me dijo repetir, por ahí que no sé quién fue que me dijo en la mañana ahorita. So, audiolingual method, it is based on repeated action. When you are in front of the class and you say, okay, guys, repeat after me. My name is Fulano. My name is Fulano. My favorite day is Monday. My favorite day is Monday. So this is number one. This is number one. Audiolingual method is a repetitive actions. Okay, your students always, 100%, they are going to follow you. They are going to do what you do because you are the leader in the classroom. You are the leader in the classroom. That's why I always demand to my future professor, you have to continue improving because you are your model. You are a model in the classroom. You are a model for the future generation. Si usted hace algo, ellos lo van a hacer de esa. Si usted lo hace así, ellos lo van a hacer así. Si usted lo hace así, ellos lo van a hacer así. Si usted lo hace patas arriba, si usted lo hace con la cabeza patas abajo, si usted lo hace que con el color rojo, con el color azul, si usted hace que pone una línea, un círculo, ellos lo van a seguir a ustedes all the time. You are the model. Audiolingual method, the teacher, y este es muy distinto con el silence. Ya van a ver, después vamos a ver el silence method. Es totally complete. Ahí el silence method, ahí el alumno hace todo. Pero en el audiolingual, you are the model. You are the model. For example, when you said yesterday, repeat after me. Yesterday is a big mistake. Pero como usted se los está enseñando como yesterday, ellos lo van a aprender como yesterday. Van a ir el día de mañana a la universidad a sacar la misma carrera que usted y cuando ya se presenten en el catedrático con la otra persona y ellos escuchen que no se dice yesterday, sino que se dice yesterday, pero es que a mí me lo enseñaron así. You are the model audiolingual method. No es solo, okay, guys, the topic for today is phrasal verbs. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now, no, wait. Audiolingual method. You are the person in charge. You are 100%, you are the person in charge. Wait, this is the base. This is the base of audiolingual method, okay? New vocabulary and structural patterns are presented through the dialogues, imitation, repetition, and drills. Wise. If I ask to all of you, what can be a dynamic using audiolingual method? An example, please.
A song.
A song, excellent, because when I play a song and I put the screen using the lyrics. Imitation, when the music is playing, you are learning by hearing, right? By listening. Okay, this is not repetition, this is imitation because you are going to try to pronounce as the singer. Another example of audiolingual method is on my screen.
A video.
Okay, a video, but how?
Like animated, that with the video needs to have like this, I don't know, words.
Okay, but there is the most common activity or methodology, excuse me, about audiolingual method. There is a very common. As a teacher, we always use it all the time.
Dialogues.
Dialogues, like a conversation, right? Like a conversations, okay? So when you give us to your students a dialogue, okay, you are going to be Marillita and you are going to be Chepito. Y comienzan ellos, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad? O sea, hello, my name is, hi, nice to meet you. How are you? I'm fine. And you? Okay. Do you have class now? Yes, I have. Who's your teacher? Ah, my teacher. Okay, that's that dialogue. But this is reading. When you give us to them a dialogue but using the textbook or using a material, but the audiolingual method has a drills. ¿Cómo así un drills, teacher? When you let the students to have a conversation, but they had to memorize. ¿Cómo, teacher? Usted le da esto es audiolingual method, usted le da un párrafo pequeño a un alumno, a una pareja de alumnos. Primero el alumno, okay, first step, they are going to read the conversation. The second step, without the page, without the textbook, they have to memorize the conversation. They have to remember all the sentences. That is audiolingual method. You read first a dialogue, and then without a textbook, you have to remember the dialogue. Got it or not? This is audiolingual method. Got it or not? No, teacher?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I got only one student. Repetition. Okay, let's go back. Backward build-up drill. The teacher breaks down the line into several parts. I mean, okay, ellos separan, ¿verdad? Breaks down the line into several parts, then the students repeated a part of the sentences. This is when the students made a mistake. I'm talking about pronunciation. When they say, for example, ¿cuál es la palabra más común que se equivocan los alumnos? Vaya, tengo el verbo en presente continuous que es doing. Viene el alumno y dice toda la vida, no ustedes, pero la mayoría de mis alumnos en la academia cuando están aprendiendo dicen doing, doing, build up drill, correct mistakes. I mean, never get mad with your students, okay? You have to say, okay, stop, okay. Irene, could you please repeat after me? Doing. Jackie, doing. Anna, doing. Ah, okay, teacher. So, doing, not doing, not doing, okay? That is audiolingual method. Correct mistakes. But look at audiolingual method, you are going to correct mistake, but when we are talking about pronunciation. Aquí no habla cuando alguien ha escrito una mala palabra, o sea, escribió house sin la H, por ejemplo. No, 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 no. Audiolingual method is also to correct mistakes, but related with pronunciation. Okay? Pronunciation. Antes, maybe 5 years ago or 7 years ago, students made a big mistake. When someone made a mistake about writing, okay, so I got the word house. And Pedrito write down without the H, using the H at the beginning. So you are going to repeat it 5 times in your notebook. So you are going to write it down 5 times, 10 times. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Why? Number one, your students are going to hate your subject. Number two, the students are going to get stress. It's not necessary to write it down 5 or 10 times. No way, just repeat it. That is audiolingual method. Correct the mistake, but repeat it. Correct the mistake, but okay. So, Ellie, the correct pronoun is doing, not doing, okay? Ah, thank you, teacher. That is audiolingual. Teacher, no entendí el video. No se preocupe que aquí le traigo más información. The audiolingual method. According to the video. I like it. According to the video. What's audiolingual method based? This is your personal. I'm asking about your personal. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Piense, 30 segundos. In your own. What's audiolingual method based on? Because I need to move on, but before to do that, I need to be sure you got a previous knowledge. 30 seconds, señores. 30 segundos y voy individual. What's audiolingual method based on? In your own words. I'm not talking about my own definition or the video's definition. I'm talking about your own definition. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I'm going to start as a volunteer maybe. Do we have volunteers for this beautiful morning? Irene, thank you. Excellent. Irene, before to start with your amazing, please choose the next victim.
Ana.
Okay, please, Ana del Carmen Altamirano, be ready. Okay, go ahead, Irene. The stage is yours.
Okay, my point, or in my opinion, according to the video, it mentioned that it is based in the target language. It said that in that case, they are teaching a new language and they must be focused in the language. That in this case, it is the target language. It mentioned that the teacher is the model. So the students are going to repeat, are going to do a same action that the teacher does. The students are going to do the imitator and the teacher is the model.
Wow.
They learn new vocabulary. They learn new vocabulary because the teacher is going to present dialogue, and the students are going to learn through the dialogue, and they are going to repeat. But if the students make mistakes or error, the teacher is going to respond as the example that you share us, that if they have mispronunciation, the teacher is going to respond, but the teacher is going to tell them the appropriate pronunciation.
Wow, you're brilliant. Wow, I like it. Really nice, perfect. Old school, ¿verdad? Old school. Mispronounce, old school. Okay, you got a mistake. You are going to repeat it. You are going to write it down 10, 20 times. ¿Se acuerdan cuando hacíamos planas, verdad? Ok, cuando te equivocabas, ¿qué nos ponían a hacer planas? Y en vez de mejorar, ¿qué hacíamos? Nos estresábamos, hacíamos la letra mal. Esa es una técnica que ya no se ocupa, señores. ¿Te equivocaste en esa palabra? Ok, la vas a repetir 20, 30 veces en el cuaderno para que se te quede. Mentiras, no se le va a quedar. Lo que va a pasar es que he's going to hate you. He's going to hate your subject too. Okay, that's an old technique. I don't like it, and I never used it before. So Anna, please, ready? Yes, teacher, always.
Yes.
Anita, before to start, choose a victim.
Ellie.
Ellie Rivera. Okay, Miss Rivera, be ready because you are the second. Okay, Anita, go ahead.
The my definition for the autolingual, or what is based on, is that the it is emphasized on develop like the skills of listening and maybe the speaking, because as my classmate mentioned before, it is also based on the repetition. If the student made a mistake, the teacher like tells them to repeat it and again until they get like the correct pronunciation. And also you can use like different materials or how to get more like into this method with students.
Okay, it is based, right? It is based on. Thank you so much, Anita. Let's continue. Ellie, what about you?
Okay.
And
Um,
choose the next victim.
Jackie.
Jackie, okay, Miss Lopez, be ready.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
Mrs. Lopez, because Jackie is married. Okay, continually.
okay. Audiolingual method is also known as an army method because I still remember that I explained that in previous cycle, the previous semester, and also it's based on the repetition drills, and the students will be able to speak in
Target.
target language, and also mention the roles to the teacher and the student, and, and it's focused based on repetition drills.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, of course, it is based on all repetitions, real. Thank you, Miss Rivera. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna finish because I don't have enough time to continue asking about your arm. So Jackie, please give us your arm because I need to move on.
Okay, according to the video, it mentions a lot of time about drills. I I don't know exactly what does it mean, but I consider that it consists in repetition, and like Irene mentioned, that the teacher is like the leader, and the students
Mm-hmm.
follow the leader, who is the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if the teacher said, get up, probably he or she sit down, and then the students are going to do the same that the teacher does.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Lopez. So, audiolingual method, thanks to all of you. Objectives, ALM, are to train the students in comprehension. Remember, for the audiolingual method, the students are always pay attention to you. They are going to try to follow you in order to get all what you are saying. That is comprehension. Listening and accurate pronunciation. Remember, guys, if you teach the word, for example, water, your students is going to pronounce water. If you pronounce the word water, your students are going to say water. Okay? So that is accurate pronunciation, that is audio lingo. To develop the students' abilities, the same like what a native or natives have. To improve the abilities, permítame, voy a mover acá el chat, okay. To improve the abilities to respond quickly. For example, in the presential classes, when you ask a question, For example, what is, in this case, what is audiolingual method based on? You said, okay, I need a volunteer. Happen two things. Number one, no one wants to participate in the class because maybe your class is boring. Or number two, that is the most common. Maybe your students get the topic out. Okay, so to improve the ability to respond quickly, there is always one, two, or three students that always wanted to participate in class. But what about the rest? With the audiolingual method, you had to make sure all your students respond, not just one, two, or the same three students all the time. That is in a speech communities that happen when you are going to make sure all your students understood. Respond quickly. I always use the technique volunteer. Do we have any volunteer? Is there any volunteer who wants to participate in my amazing class? This is like a joke, but it's in order to catch your attention. To catch your attention, okay? When a student say, hey teacher, I didn't get it, could you please repeat it? Be careful, be careful. Señores, de los retos que nosotros tenemos como docentes es tratar siempre la manera de tener la atención de los alumnos. Es un reto que muy pocos los cumplen. Es un reto que muy pocos se cumple, o lo cumplen, mejor dicho. ¿Por qué? Porque vaya, en el caso de ustedes que están en clases virtuales, ¿por qué yo en mi caso cada rato los estoy fregando de que, ajá, fulanito, que no sé qué? Porque yo necesito que usted esté en clase. ¿Me entienden? ¿Por qué? Porque siempre se los he dicho. This is your business, it's not my business. Audiolingual method. This is your business, it's not my business. ¿Ok? Respond quickly. Cuando, si usted se ha fijado, no sé, los catedráticos que tienen, o en el caso suyo, para los que ya trabajan como docentes, ¿qué pasa cuando usted hace una pregunta? Pueden pasar muchos escenarios. Siempre contesta la misma persona y nosotros como docentes, usted como docente agradecemos eso. Pero no se tiene que quedar solo que, ay, ok, ya contestó ella, entonces, no. Tenemos que preocuparnos por los que tampoco contestan, ¿ok? ¿Por qué? El audiolingual method, it is based on, yes, it is based on repetition drills. You are the leader. Okay, yes, okay, thanks God, thank you. Okay, but the audiolingual method, you have to make sure all your students are improving in their abilities. One of them, according to the audiolingual method, is respond. Okay, hey guys, you have to answer. Okay, I got a question, volunteer, me teacher. Okay, so let's continue. Tools and techniques, señores, esto ustedes, porque eso ustedes lo van a hacer las próximas semanas. Estamos en parciales, pero igual vamos a ver si tenemos ahí una pequeña presentación también. Tools and techniques. No se estrese, que no es cosa del otro mundo, ¿ok? Porque necesito cubrir estos temas antes de que ustedes se vayan a sus prácticas. Por eso es que voy así, necesito cubrir estos temas. So, tools and techniques of audiolingual method. Most important tool in audiolingual method classroom is intro, tape recorders, or multimedia. Well, in my case, in the presential classes, yes, I did it in the presential. Put a video, put an audio, listen to the dialogue. Okay, that is audiolingual method. But it's not just to put an audio, it's not just to put a video, it's not just to listen a dialogue, it's to ask. What do you understand about it? Ask. Response quickly. Audiolingual method. No es solo poner e ir llenando un field de blanks, okay? No es solo. El audiolingual method is not just repetition drills. It's not just about it. The audiolingual method is, number one, if your students understand the audio, one, and then ask a question all the time. Audiolingual method, make sure if your students understand your topic, understand your listening, understand the audio, understand the dialogue. That is audiolingual method. Most practice techniques in the classrooms are dialogue, memorization, and repetition drills. I never use dialogue memorization, excuse me. I never. Yes, I have some dialogues for my English Academy, but in a way to memorize it, no way. I never. Why, teacher? I don't like it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I prefer just to read and pronounce, and that's it. Read, pronounce, and that's it. But repeat memorization, I don't like it. This is my own. This is my style. I don't like it. Repetition drills, yes. When my students made me say about pronunciation, yes, I like to make sure, okay, okay, please repeat after me. Audiolingual method. In equation, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Advantages. ¿Cuáles son una de las ventajas de este método comparado con los demás métodos que hemos estado viendo desde ayer? 1. First method based on theory. All students are active in the classroom. Learners can speak by using target language. Teaching is possible to large group of learners. I like it because the audiolingual method, it is one of the methods that we can use in large group of students. In large group of students. Todo lo contrario al silent method. Yes, Ale.
Just that is going to be my no question, commentary, the large or small group for this method, because there are kind of methods that you can use with a large group,
Yes.
and that's important because, for example, in my opinion, in silent way you have to be I can how I can in charge of the students, be careful with the process. But in this case, you are just like a guide, and you don't have to Juanita tal cosa, Pedrito, no. They are going to work with the knowledge and discover the rest of them, right? So that was very interesting for me, because as you know, you have to take in account these kind of things, if for a large group or a small group.
Yes. For example, in the grammar translation method, one of the disadvantages is you cannot apply it for more than 20 students. The grammar translation. Why, teacher? For example, look at this one. Look at this one. Imagine this scenario. If I give a paragraph to my students and I ask you to all of them to translate it, but no by writing, no. Translated by reading. ¿Se acuerdan cuando hacíamos eso? Que ustedes no traducían y escribían, sino que ustedes iban leyendo. Okay, I got this paragraph in English. You are going to read it in Spanish. Hey, listen, the grammar translation method, if I got more than 20 students and I start with the students number 1, when I almost complete with the student number 20, the student number 1 fall asleep. Got it? That's why the grammar translation we cannot apply with a big classroom or a large group of students. But in the case of this one, teaching is possible. Teaching is possible. Okay, in the audiolingual, yes, teaching is possible. Okay, thanks, Ale. I really appreciate it. Ways to use the audiolingual method in your class. Number 1 and number 2. Y con esto termino. Number 1, could you please, Ellie, help me to read? Focus on practical pronunciation.
Focus on practical pronunciation. The audiolingual approach based on the language structure naturally treated by the sounds of language that is mindful strings of sounds. All spoken language are pronounced. In any language, there may be from 20 to hundreds of sounds. No matter how many sounds the language you teach, you will need to first have a basic understanding of way they are, how they are produced, and how they work together to create it. I don't know. ¿Cómo?
Utterance.
Utterance.
Okay.
What is that?
Utterance. We already discussed it yesterday. What is utterance, guys? Do you remember? I think Irene got the answer. Lo vimos en las presentaciones que hicieron de las teorías del lenguaje y lo vimos ayer otra vez. Hey, what is utterance? It's a branch of Ellie was explaining. Ellie was talking about. Yes, Irene, could you please? Miss Canales, thank you. Irene, my goodness, hello. Irene.
I
Excellent,
don't
thank you.
remember exactly. It was like I investigated.
Ellie, excuse me. Ellie is asking, what is utterance? It's a branch of?
Sound. I don't know.
Yes, it is. Don't say,
I
please,
am
don't say, I don't
confused.
know. My God, don't say, teacher, I don't know. No
I
way, you got the idea.
investigate.
Yes, please.
It is because I investigate in different dictionary and in translator, and it say a different thing.
For example, the base of the utterance, according to this one, is the many branches of sounds. Utterance, right? It is based on that too. According to you, Irene?
Yes, in a in a dictionary that I use, it say like declaraciones.
To declare.
Declaraciones
Okay,
mexicanas.
okay.
Or
To,
another one mentioned that is like it is that word want to explain like sounds or pronunciation.
okay, excellent. Thank you, Irene. Ellie, you got it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's continue. Could you please, Mauricio, help me with the number 2. I'm going to finish the class with this one. Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, let me. I don't see the screen.
The natural. Busca la pantalla. Look at the screen.
No, it doesn't appear. Let me. I don't know what. Yes. No.
Yes or no?
No, I am seeing, but I can't put it in full. I don't know
But
why.
can you see it? You got it?
Excuse me. Give me a
Okay.
minute.
No worries, no worries. Let's see. Ladies, who wants to help me to read? Because I need to finish the class.
Me.
Thank you, Irene. Go ahead.
Is dialogue practice the natural next step in the construction of language means by the dialogue the exchange of information between two or more people. Everyday dialogues are probably the most familiar leftovers of the original audiolingual method.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, now we are going to have a break. I'm gonna see you at 10 a.m. because porque les iba a poner el video ahorita, pero no me va a alcanzar el tiempo. I don't have enough time. So, be ready at 10:01. Be ready at 10:01 because I'm going to play a video that is an amazing video because it's explained very clear what is the audiolingual method techniques based on. So, any questions so far so good? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
No.
guys, excellent. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, see you at 10. Thank you.
See you.